Hello and welcome back, subscribblers, and welcome newcomers. For today's video, I wanted to address a few things with my channel before we get started with the speed paint. I really enjoy making these videos for the channel and enjoy talking with you all, and I think I'm going to lean in the direction that I've seen a lot of artists do, which is just talking over my speed paints, whether it's talking about what's in the videos or something completely unrelated. I think it's kind of fun, little storytime sharing, without having to draw out every single animatic style panel frame. And with all of the character designs for my webtoons that I've been making, I can make more tutorials and spend more time on showing you what I'm producing for that month. I have tried to do some fan artwork, but this is some of the things that I'm disappointed in and want to scrap them, and instead focus more on fan artwork for stuff that I really want to share with you all, such as this comic series, I Hope So by Detective Calico, and how I found it through another series called My Pride. So let's get started. Overall, I was happy that I found both of these series. I was happy that I got to watch My Pride as it was being produced month by month, semi-animated, fully voice-acted, really nice work of a story, though I don't think that Season 2 is going to come out anytime soon. I don't mind that. I enjoyed the series for what it was, and engaged with audience members when it was live-streamed and everything. It was fun and entertaining, and it was nice, and there are still community members out there who actively still enjoy it and love talking about it and producing artwork for it as fan art. I also enjoy the comic I Hope So, and I found it because of a review by Detective Calico of My Pride. They basically mentioned that they themselves were kind of just making a comic because they had a different story in mind, and they just took one element from it, well, besides the fact that they're lions, one element from it being that the main protagonist character has an injured leg situation and an injured eye that prevents them from being respected by their family members and sort of outcasted. I really enjoy the way that these characters kind of bounce off each other, where in I Hope So, Hope, or Hopeless as she's called by her family, and Storm's dynamic starts off with a slow friendship that progresses to you can see that they are a cute couple. I enjoy that this show kind of like shows that there is an LGBTQ friendly premises and shows a healthy take on the disability being shown of how people interact with it, and how the family is pretty toxic and cruel with calling her hopeless and basically seeing her as lesser of a lioness than the other sisters that she has. And then there's My Pride, where for nothing, I feel like one of the big things that I didn't like about the series when I gave it a second and third watch was actually the way the characters broke their own character. Like, when it came to the expectations set up by how the characters were, it felt out of character when suddenly Nothing and Hover are talking and suddenly it goes from, I'll do anything to stay with you, Nothing, I love you, to, you can deal with this on your own, you caused this, you're going to have to go through this all by yourself, basically kind of just gaslighting her and telling her that if she would have only behaved like a good lioness, this wouldn't have happened, which is so irritating because that sounds like something someone who is manipulative or narcissistic might say to get them in favor of the other person and controlling, and it doesn't set right with me when I rewatched it. I do still enjoy the characters and wish the dynamic that I picture in my head is what I was also seeing in these episodes, which is another thing that I worried about when talking about this in this review, is that people's opinions and viewpoints on how they presume these characters to act based upon the kind of idea that they get in their head might be really different from what the content creator had initially kind of designed or intended for them to be viewed by the audience members. That also includes when certain situations, like Feather talking to Nothing, needed to be reevaluated. As Feather was growing, I felt like the naivety of looking at only the positives, reality eventually kinda had to set in for him. It just felt as things were going, there wasn't an established growing character development for them, and it just felt really strange when suddenly characters just flipped on a dime from good to evil. That being said, though, I am still really, really happy that I got to see both of these series all the way through from start to their pausing point. I wouldn't say finish because they're both kind of on like a temporary hiatus. For I Hope So, it's sooner than My Pride. My Pride at the moment has an unknown Season 2 that might be in the works, whereas I Hope So is an ongoing webtoons comic, produced chapters monthly so far. I really enjoyed both of these series, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little different from what I usually do, and normally I don't talk about my feelings about certain shows because I'm not sure if anybody else would be entertained by these types of videos, but I plan on doing more and sharing my opinions about some things that I'm a fan of. But before you go, don't forget to leave some likes and subscribe if you're not already to join the Subscribbler Squad. I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. And if you like this video and want to see some more, I have some playlists over on the side. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye!